Alright makeup geeks, welcome to another pretty smart video. For those of you who are new to my channel, this series is all about makeup education. I'm going to show you guys everything you want to know, whether it be makeup ingredients, application techniques, and again, don't forget to comment in the comments below, you guys, to see what topics you want me to talk about, because I will cover everything about makeup. But today's topic is called, are you ready for it? When good makeup goes bad. You like that title? Doesn't it sound like it should belong on a soap opera or something? Tune in next week to find out when good makeup goes bad. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to show you guys what your expiration dates are for different types of products, because it varies depending on whether it's a liquid, a cream, a pencil, a powder, all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to give you guys the exact timeline of when you should throw it out and get a new one. So let's start first with your foundation and concealers. Now the expiration date for this type of product is going to be 6 to 12 months. It's a short timeline because it is liquid. It's more high chances of it starting to break down, starting to separate. Have you guys ever noticed, like in your bottles, if it's a clear one, you'll see like some oil substance at the bottom, you'll see the pigment writing to the top. If it starts doing that on a regular basis, even after you shake it, it just doesn't want to mix well, it's probably a sign it's time to throw it out and get a new one. But liquids for sure, 6 to 12 months, don't go longer than that because they can't get bacteria in there and you don't want to break out from it, so throw that out. Okay, next one is going to be powders. Now this has a longer lifespan. This includes face powders, loose powders, eyeshadows, powder blushes, anything that is a dry powder form, you're going to throw those out after 2 years. The reason for that is it's dry, it's not a liquid product, the bacteria doesn't break down as often with that, so those have a much longer lifespan. You'll notice when it's time to throw out because the top layer will start to get crusty. Have you ever seen that where it starts to glaze over? Sometimes that's caused because you have oils in your fingers, like if you're swatching your eyeshadows or powders, it can glaze over. Then you can just scrape off the top. But if you notice that the texture's changing or it's glazed really far down, that's when you know, okay, it's just getting old, you need to throw that out. But generally it's 2 years. Next product is going to be your lipsticks. Now the timeline for this is going to be 12 to 18 months. The reason being, it's not liquid, but it's like a cream substance, so it holds up fairly well. But you'll notice after about 12 to 18 months, the formula will change. The texture will be either really greasy or start to dry out, or sometimes you'll see it starting to sweat around the sides. Sometimes that could be just because it's been in a hot environment, but sometimes when it starts to do that, it could start to break down a little bit. But generally 12 to 18 months is good for your lipsticks. Next product we have is eyeliners, and by that I mean more of your pencil liners like this. These can last for up to 2 years. These will last a really long time because it's covered with a cap usually. You don't have to worry about them drying out as much because it is covered, and it's in a pencil format, so the air's not getting exposed to it as much. But you'll notice when it's time to throw it out is if it dries out, like when you start to drag it on your skin, it starts skipping, it's dry and patchy, or sometimes it could do the opposite and go really greasy and it's sliding all over the place. If you notice the texture's changing, that's when it's time to throw it out, but generally 2 years is good. Next product we have is your mascara. Now this is the super short timeline. That's going to be 3 to 4 months. You want to throw that away sooner because generally we wear mascara every day. I mean, I don't, but most days we wear it. And what happens is when you have the wand out, you're putting it in your lashes, it's exposed to air, so it's getting all of this bacteria and you're pumping it back in to the bottle. So it's going to deteriorate a lot faster. Plus your texture will start to dry out. Have you guys ever noticed when you put your mascara on, it's like really dry and clumpy? Don't be trying to fix it with some eye makeup remover. That's just a sign. Throw it out because there's probably bacteria and not fun stuff in here that you don't want to be putting in your eye, because then you get not good stuff happening. So I will say this, if you're one of those people that does this, that pumps it in a lot, you probably should throw it away a little bit sooner because you're literally just putting air back in there. Just a little side note on that. But 3 to 4 months is general. All right, last product is going to be your cream and gel liners. That's going to be something in a pot like this. The lifeline for that is going to be 6 months. And what you'll notice when it starts breaking down is, you guys have ever seen when you open the jar, it starts shrinking from the sides, it starts like curling in, and you'll see a gap around the edges. that's when you know that it starts to dry up. Generally, gel and cream, what we call them, they have volatiles in there, which causes shrinkage if they get a lot of air exposed. So depending on how much you use it, it could last a little bit longer, but I've noticed around 6 months is when it starts shrinking and the formula starts drying out a little bit. So hopefully that helps you guys figure out when to throw out your makeup when good makeup goes bad. Thanks for watching, you guys. Again, listen to the comments what type of topics you guys want me to cover. And I will see you again in a couple weeks for another Pretty Smart video. So have a good one, you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.